Hello everybody, MultiGK here doing another episode of Minecraft Creative Building or whatever the heck I'm calling this. And let me just say that I'm excited to do this. I might sound a little bit low today. It's because it's middle of the night, but this was when I felt creative. This was when I felt like talking and like making a video. Now this video is going to be pretty good. There's a decent amount of progress made. Sadly, it is not the last of the starter videos where I didn't know what I was doing yet. But we're getting there. We're getting there bit by bit. So today we build more on this island. It is basically 100% on this island. I had to cut out a lot of footage of me going from island to island for fun, I guess. I had not yet decided to make this a series yet, so there you go. Kind of awkward, kind of silly, but what can you do? Here we're building a bit of a dock house, probably filling it up with boats or something and wood. And as you can see, there's a big flattening job on the island. The other house still exists, and some other things will be happening. It's going to keep developing bit by bit. Honestly, I don't remember half of what happens in this video, just that it exists and that it's good. I really love how these islands look against the ocean. The ocean in Minecraft is very beautiful. It's one of my favorite places to be in Minecraft, really. But as you can see, I'm trying to make sure, I'm trying to see where I want windows to be and all that other junk, and I'm just still not all that good at Minecraft interiors. I've been learning a bit by watching some people online, but gosh, does it make me sad. And look at that beautiful fade. I'm going to try not to have such as abrupt clips or cuts anymore. I'm even planning in future videos to have a, how do I say it? An ending card bit where we basically have just we see what was built in the episode for the most part. I guess that's the easiest way to describe it. So that basically every hour of in-game play will be met with a few minutes of just scanning through what was built and appreciating it. So yeah, the inside of the house is filled up with some chests and other things. It is very rudimentary, but it's going to fit its purpose. The other house is of course done, so we don't really have to look at that once again. But just build up the path a little bit here. I think I give them some feed and whatnot, give them something to eat on. But not a lot gets done here, honestly, because it doesn't need to have a lot done. The fact that it turns into sand is a little awkward and probably needs some fixing. I'm very bad about knowing how to fade sand into dirt and all that, and whether these islands should be completely made of only one of the materials. But I really like this it's a little bit of a pigsty in a good way, a little bit of a little piggy hideout. And as you can see, the road to the house is very lovely. The little docking area is very nice. It's all coming along. It's all getting developed. I love it a lot. I love the little campfire out front and the smoke coming off of it. Yeah, it's all very quaint and very lovely. The fact that the rest of the island is so flat sucks, but that is changing today. And with the end of this episode, and perhaps the next one where we edit the mine, actually, I believe that's what happens next episode, we will finally be done with the first two islands for the most part. We might be able to move on to the next one, mess around with some redstone, mess around with new machines, new site, new ideas. There's stuff coming. I decided not to get rid of these water pools here and instead incorporate them into the new design and make them like really nice natural springs of relaxation. And I think they look pretty dope. But I made them, so of course I think they look dope. Feel free to give me your opinions down below. There's a whole comment section. Feel free to tell me what you think about the episode, what you think about the designs, the buildings, the water, and everything else that you could really think about. And especially just how these videos are being made. I know some people are liking them, but some people have given me some decently fair criticism on how to make them better, and it will happen with time. Sadly, a lot of this was recorded back in the day. And I can't add these slow motion shots looking at everything as it is when I'm done building because it's changed already. That's the sad part of hindsight and of not being ready, not knowing ahead of time what you're going to be doing, really. But yeah, over time it'll be better because I'll have non-sped up bits at the end where you can see all the progress and all the work being put into everything and how it's working, or why it's working the way it is. I don't know. Don't listen to me. I'm mostly speaking gibberish, but what can you do? So yeah, I like this area. Nice combination of sand and sandstone and water and whatnot, and just very good hot tubs that feel like you could just sit in them and enjoy them. And I just like that with the stairs being able to be waterlogged, you can make very 3D, or not 3D, just organic shapes with them. I don't like this one. This one's getting a little bit squarey, but you know what I mean? Yeah, there's like a little, look at that, little fourth of a block there. I got rid of it because it didn't feel good, but the fact you can do it is very cool. And you can slope right into the underwater and everything. So there's all like, that's all half slabs down there, which makes the water not so deep that it drowns you. Feels like a 4-foot pool or something. And I dig it. I dig it a lot. I dig that you can do this stuff now. The waterlogging is awesome. And it makes me want to do underwater builds, which, there you go. That's part of the future. I mean, if we're on islands and there's 3 islands and I plan to build as long as I'm having fun, eventually we're going to have to go underwater. Here we start working on the lighting situation more into the island itself. And I gotta say, these are very simple little tiki torches, but I dig them a lot. I need to think of complicated or prettier ways to light that aren't too difficult to build and aren't too bulky. But this works for now. And then I just give them a little bottom piece to make them a little bit more complicated. The watering area is almost done, and the rest of the island still needs a lot of shaping to be done, so that'll be very interesting. Well, again, I say that as the person who worked on it. Not a very fair comparison, is it? But yeah, as you can see, this area along this coast with the fishing house and the little dock in sandstone and the little house, which has been duly upgraded with a lot of fancy up against the ocean bracers, and the second floor is better and stuff. This is all coming together in a way that is very interesting, and there's almost like a weird deviation because you got a very nice looking this side of the island, and then the other side of the island is very flat, very undeveloped. But I'm excited to get to work on it. I kept one of the trees, very big lovely tree. I don't know if it actually stays. It might get destroyed for future renovations and whatnot. But yeah, this freaking pond is what I'm gonna call it, gets worked on for so freaking long. It became my life's work. I swear to God. It kept going through different designs. And I gotta tell you, if you're gonna make something organic, if you're gonna make something big, if you're gonna make something complicated, whether it's Minecraft or in real life, you gotta go through revisions, man. That's why in drawing programs you got layers. Gotta go through multiple layers. Don't be afraid to use too many layers. Honestly, the more layers, the better. At the end of the day. Not necessarily a 100% rule, but more layers for a newbie is better than less layers for a newbie. But let's go away from the drawing program and back over here to Minecraft, where we're finally leaving the pool behind, leaving the pond behind, and looking at our tree farm. So this island already had a bunch of trees when we found it, and so I decided it should be the tree farm, because it just makes the most sense to me. The tree farm is going to be very lined up, very artificial, for the most part, but I like it. And it goes through several iterations as far as like how the planters should look and all that stuff. Very simple in the ground planters. But yeah, just stuff lined up in a way that makes it feel like a little industrial, a little fake, but I dig it. And we have height limiters. It's mostly important for the oak blocks, just so that when the trees grow, they don't grow too big like this one that's just all encompassing. Yeah, I knew this tree was going to get removed. All the natural trees for the most part get removed, I believe, which is funny because I end up adding a lot of the trees in more or less the same places. But what can you do, right? It's just life sometimes. I hope I'm not popping my S's a lot. I'm trying not to, but I guess my mouth is like dry or something. It's a very awkward situation that I don't quite love to death, but what can you do? I'm running out of breath. It's late. It's been a long day, but what can you do, man? That's just life sometimes. But we're making this path up to this like peak, this point, this sandy point that got customized, I guess, off camera. I can't remember. It's not in any of my footage, so yeah. But this peak might eventually be a bridge over to that other island across the way, where we're probably going to have either more animals or something. I don't know what's going to be on the third island yet. In fact, if you're still watching this and you care about this series or you find it entertaining, feel free to tell me what you think the third island should be down in the comments below. I mean, why not, right? But yeah, so that third island's going to be something, but there might be a bridge on that sandy thing over to that other island. And I'm debating how the height and flatness of that next island is going to be. But yeah, see, the forests, the trees have grown in. And then the toppers are there, but they won't grow too tall, and the path is pretty much done. I think it got skipped. I think I just forgot to record while making some of the path because it got customized. And here I'm just looking around the island, thinking about next thing I have to build. I try to make this a hot tub, which technically works, but just seeing magma at the bottom of your hot tub is horrifying, so I don't do that. Here we skip forward because I did some boring shit that didn't really matter as far as building. I basically just flew around for fun. But here we are in the mines, kind of customizing them, building them up. I wanted to keep this water thing, and I make the tunnels go farther. I light them up. Again, a lot of this footage is going to end up skipped just because it's very boring, or it's me looking but not building, which I don't find the most entertaining. I know that some people find this a little too fast going, but I don't know. I like to sped up and kind of describe what's going on. But like I said, the next few videos will start to have end clips that show what is going on or what has happened during the episode. So as I play, I'll play an hour, speed that up, and then take 5 minutes to look at whatever's been built very carefully and show it off. But yeah, here we go. We're back on the designing, and you saw that earlier. I went on this. Sorry, I so many things to talk about. So we went under the island, and it's very quick. You find water. Mining here, you end up in the ocean. And I even found some abandoned ships down there that we might actually use for something later. But also we add these trees here, and we end up messing around with the height map of the island, so it's not so boring. I basically wanted like a sloping terrace in a spiral, so it slowly goes. I think it's counterclockwise from beach level up to like a center point. And the center point ends up being a little bit higher than where the house is even. I don't know if it's on footage, but I end up putting a well there. I don't think it's in this episode. But yeah, this island gets very fancy treatment and gets kind of artificialized, but then gets reorganicized. That's not a real word. But it gets fleshed out and doesn't just end up this flat, boring, flattened thing. The terraforming is real. The terraforming is so real. As you can see, I'm just like placing things all over the place and filling up all the holes. And like I said, in the future episodes, we will have shots where I show what happens, because I feel like you don't get to see the slope in this episode because of the fast-paced nature of the sped-up video. So in the future, we will get these slow shots, probably in F1 with slow camera or something. And here we go. We're at the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Thank you very much. Feel free to hit up the links and subscribe and comment about what you want to see in the next video, and I will see you there. Bye-bye.